How the heck are you? It is our last Periscope forever. Welcome to our broadcast. This is Joanne, also known as that Go Rice Girl, with my partner in crime, Kiyoki, also known as at Kiyoki or at Oriental Combo. For some reason, it says Periscope connection unavailable. We've attempted to connect this broadcast 5 separate times. However, the Periscope API is non-responsive. What the heck? I'm telling you, they're just pulling the plug like right away. Can you see the comments?
Yes, I can. Hey, Desiree and Elena.
Wow, you're okay. You guys, can you do a sound check? Can you let us know if George sounds okay? George,
Am
keep
I
talking,
live?
please.
Test 1, 2. Mr. Compton, thank you for the high five award. I'm still awake. Yeah, today was a busy day.
Okay, he
I'm
sounds fine. Okay, fabulous. Because he sounds like a robot on my side, but that's okay. Oh,
I hope
great. George makes me
not.
glad to see Periscope is ending.
That way I have to FaceTime David. That's why he's happy this is ending. He wants the one-on-one time with me. It's I understand. I wonder what I got in this box. Should I open it?
What's in the box? Maybe, maybe not. Gina says I'm on Periscope and that he sounds fine. Oh my goodness, we got somebody over. Cosmic Rose is on
No.
YouTube saying George is perfect as
Hey, Cosmic
always.
Rose.
Open and show. Paul, see Willie. Willie's in the house. So
Hey, where is
Paul,
he? I can't see him.
Periscope is done tomorrow. It's over. It's adios. It's sayonara.
Moly.
What?
Unless it's a sex toy. I don't think it's a sex
David says, well, he sounds like George. I wouldn't exactly call that perfect.
toy.
Holy moly, says Dojo.
Wait, did you order more of these?
What is it? Yes, those are for Asia's bed.
What is it? Sheets?
Yes, they're sheets. They're linen sheets. Haps is better
Really?
anyway, says Paul. See, the Haps team would love to hear that. Love, love, love. I need to take off this thing that says Joanne Fam on it. Let me figure out what that is. So you chit chat a little bit while I figure this
Okay.
out. Okay.
So how is everybody doing? Yeah. So
Oh
Joanne's
wow, it
missing.
made you big and
Get on
large and in charge. Hold
what?
on.
I got new beds. No, I don't have new beds, but here I'll show you what. I'll take you on a little. My house is a mess, but so we have. This is like a spare. It's actually my office.
It's so dark. We cannot see a
Yeah.
thing.
Let me turn on the lights.
No, we don't need to turn the lights on.
No? What? It's
Hi,
not dirty?
Vince.
So anyway, we have like a couch here and a queen size bed, a desk. But it's kind of empty now without everybody here. And then we have the outside view from this room. It's actually really nice.
You're going so fast. We can't even see anything.
Am I going fast?
Yeah, it's like moving around.
Low down. And I got a bunch of boxes. Got surfboards on the deck. I was trying to clean them off. Got my work stuff. And downtown Honolulu and Waikiki.
Waikiki.
And there's Orion, the hunter. There's our Ursa Major up there.
All we see is black. We see nothing.
What? You don't see the stars, really?
I see nothing. Yeah, George has
Oh
the
wow.
camera skills of a tweakers. What's a tweakers? I love that view. I'm tired, going to bed soon. You must be exhausted, Elena. How can empty be a mess?
Elena,
Paul's cracking up. Elena says it's too dark. One day,
my
Joanne, I think I
the
sent you a
house is
DM on Twitter a long time that you never
the house
saw.
is a mess. It's kind of
A
I
twerker.
got packed a twerker like somebody that's on meth or crack. I I guess.
A tweaker on meth. Oh, a tweaker is on meth.
Yeah.
So
So
Paul's
Paul's
asking
asking,
when I'm going to be back in
yeah.
Hawaii. Maybe in a few months. We'll see.
Does it look like a black screen? Really? You can't see Honolulu?
You can see maybe some dots, but you'll see on the. Oh, thank you
Really?
for the high award, Harbor. George is insulting boomers. Okay, now that's a little bit better. We can see a little bit better there. You guys, can you see the view? Can you stay still, please? You guys, what can you see? Can you see this, or is this like a mess? When will George visit you in California? Is the question. Elena, that's a good question.
So yeah, so if I can get away from work, we were gonna try and I was gonna try and get out next month or this month, right?
Mhm.
No, in May.
April.
Or was it supposed to be April?
Yes.
It's crazy.
Okay,
I
Harbor
have
says
two
I
of
can
my
see
colleagues.
lights in the distance. I see shiny dots. I can see city lights. Hi, George, and I know Joanne saw my comment. And once again, word up, Vince.
What up, Vince? I'm gonna this is the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go grab me some Vince when I come up to LA.
Tiny city skyline. It's blurry.
Yeah,
Kilma.
is it blurry?
Kalima
Let me
says
turn off my
so outstanding. George needs filming
so
101. I know.
dude, I am like the worst camera person, but that's okay. I make up for that in personality.
Okay, so I'm coming back on screen.
Anyway, it's actually a beautiful day. You are?
Okay, you guys, you got me
You
now.
want me to come back on?
Everything is blurry to me today. I wouldn't know the difference. Well, you're gonna watch the replay and go, "What the heck was that?" Oh my goodness. Okay. So, anyways, you guys, as a lot of you know, today's the last day of Periscope. So we wanted to come out and say goodbye as Oriental Combo, which is where we started here. What, a year ago? A year and
A
4
year.
months ago? And some change. You're the talent, not the camera operator. You're gonna watch
Yeah.
the replay? Sure. But it had to end sometime. Hello, Tucson. What's up, Blueberry?
It had to end sometime.
I am watching to see if anything happens at midnight Pacific. No, I believe they said it would be before lunchtime
Noon, right?
on
Eastern?
the 31st.
Lunchtime, whose time?
George, stick to being the beefcake. Whoa, I can leave the app and still hear y'all. Yeah, Paul, that was an update that happened this past Saturday. It was something that I've been like begging for because you know me, the multitasker. I want to be able to like open email and look at Instagram and take pictures and all that kind of stuff while still listening to y'all. Hi, Missy. Aloha.
Hey, Missy is here. Hi, Missy.
George, did you watch Perry Girls Past the Cast?
I watched some of it. Dude, you guys don't even know. I had online training I had to do. I'm so bad.
Gina says they should do it at midnight tomorrow. You would think, right? I was saying this earlier today. When you say that something's going to be taken offline on a date, you think it would be like an end of day of that night, or right at 11:59. But it's not the case. But we'll see. Maybe they'll change their mind. But I think y'all should be just going live and see if they pull the plug right in the middle of you broadcasting. I think that would be pretty funny. I think I'm going to try that.
Is it only you on screen right now?
No, both of us are on. You can't see?
There you go. I can see now. Oh yeah, it looks dark in my live view. Can't really see much.
I love it. Bag in a bag. Vince says, good to see you, George and Joanne. Glad everything is good with you, and I will totally miss Periscope too, but I will not miss the negativity.
Why was it negative?
Well, he didn't like the trolls, I guess.
Dude, I love trolls. That's my favorite part of this.
Gina says, right, end of day. Lena says she sees us both. Missy says, "Oh wait, it will be tonight, not tomorrow." Yeah, Missy, I was told by a source
Tomorrow at noon or lunchtime.
by lunchtime. I watched Janine's, says Cosmic Rose. George, go to bed.
I am gonna go to bed right here on
They
this
picked the
couch.
least busy hours. Elena's saying hi to you, Gina. Hi again. Ooh, bae. If you're
Ben and
up,
Jerry.
George might as well eat some Ben and Jerry's.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna see what I have. I'll be right back.
Elena says, I agree. I didn't like the trolls or drama or rude people scoping about me, and I did nothing. So messed up. Don't hate the trolls, says David. I am one. Why did you go back to Cali? Well, I had, oh, can you hear me? I had like doctor's appointments. I have a dentist appointment. I'm doing that Google research thing. So I had that I had to go do for 4 hours, which was really, really cool. My son is good. Thank you for asking, Elena. He's still doing distance learning at UC Irvine. He got an A- in one of his classes. He was so proud. Jason says, had to come by and say goodbye. Periscope was, well, it still is, right? It's a monumental app for the next 10 hours, maybe. Paul says, go back. Did I do okay in my scope? I feel like I didn't do well. You did fine. Why don't you watch the replay and then you can tell.
Who's that?
Jenny Q. Oh my God. Girl, what's up? How are you? I should have had you come on tonight's Past the Cast. I mean, talk about OGs. We could have like all the OGs.
There were a lot of packages waiting for her. I told her to open it on our live, but she wanted to clear off.
Let me make you bigger here. Hold on one second.
So, Paul, you got your first vaccine? Which one did you get? I'm curious. Did you get the Pfizer, the J&J, or the other one?
Okay, so Vince is saying I will officially deactivate Periscope at midnight. Vince, why don't you leave up your old Periscopes that you had fun with? I would do that. Wouldn't trash everything. That's just me. Thanks. I cannot watch the replay. I told you it's not available for some reason. I wonder why. Jenny Q is great. Say hi to my friend Jenny Q.
Hello, Jenny Q. It's nice to meet you. I feel like I've seen your name before.
She's all over the place. She's famous.
Yeah. I'm famous too. In my own mind, maybe. So I got a drumstick.
Oh, yay.
These things are so like little. Look at
that. They look like little dunce caps. Okay, so Jenny Q, she says that she's heard people are having a hard time downloading their scopes. You know why? It's because they're making you do it one link at a time. There's no bulk download. It is like the most ridiculous thing ever. Because remember when Catch went out and they just bulked it all up, zipped it, and then it was just one download, or you could just download it straight to YouTube and you didn't have to do anything? Periscope didn't do that.
Yeah, David didn't need he didn't need to get a vaccine. He has his own antibodies.
How do you even download them? I think I've talked to you about it in a few Periscopes on the Perry Girls, which is you just have to go to PSCP TV, and then you go to I believe it is pscp.tv/account/your-data, and then click the buttons there. I hope you have enough time to do it, because there's, it's like it's one by one. I'm telling you, it's not fun. So Elena had chicken salad with apples, and Cosmic Rose says drumsticks shrink as we age. So Joanna's Periscope going to be up till what time tomorrow? I'm thinking around lunchtime. Yeah, Jenny Q. I remember when Blab shut down overnight. What's up with people and their businesses where they're just like, peace, and they give you like no notice? Is Catch the only company that has like integrity? Well, okay. I have to say Periscope gave us 3 months, but they didn't give us an easy way to download everything. You blame the Twitter? Mammogram Thursday, vaccine Friday. Important to do in that order, or it can show up as a swollen lymph on side. Get vax. Ooh,
Really? I didn't know that. I learned something new today.
Baby drumstick. Ask Alex Pettit. He still knows everything, right? We haven't seen Alex Pettit in years. What happened to that guy? Without Joanne, you are nothing on social media.
Who, me?
You are nothing.
I
He hates social media, I have to tell you. Yay! There's Jackie TV. Say hi to Jackie.
Hi, Jackie TV. I heard you're awesome.
She is way awesome. She actually has half the Hapsy name in her name because her name,
Dude,
well, one of her channels is Dining Happy, so it could be Dining Hapsy.
I got banned last time I ate one of these on live, so I'm gonna just scoot over a little bit.
David says he's got blank vaccine passports.
Yeah, I have one too.
That looks so good, says Tacey. I agree. Joanne brought George out of his shell. Joanne is awesome. Oh, thank you. It took some work. Why are you off camera? Okay, Jenny Q, we will see you later.
Bye, Jenny Q.
That is the only thing that I don't like about Periscope is that you had to download the videos on Periscope one by one. Nice. He went to 7-Eleven. Paul's cracking up. Peanut butter on chicken. I hope there will be a Haps Girls group. Tacey saying hi to Jackie. If David had COVID, should still get vax. Maybe okay to let other people go first. Still 2 doses recommended, but that could change to 1.
George is off camera, the numbers go up.
You weren't banned. Yes, my other channel is Dining Happy. Alex Pettit is tubing about mixing boards now. Okay, so I have a thing, and it's just coming more to light as people are talking about the vaccinations and asking people about if they've been vaccinated. I don't know. For me, I think it's kind of like a private matter. It's kind of like asking, did you get your testicles like checked? It to me, it's like that. It's kind of like, it's your own personal business, it's your own private medical history. It's your own stuff. So I don't know. It's just for me, more and more as I keep hearing people asking, and I don't mean to be one of those like touchy, sensitive, Karen, complainer, snowflake. I mean, wrap it all up in a nice little bow. But I don't know. Just what do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah.
I think it's inevitable part of our future.
Well, I mean, for somebody to ask about if you've had a medical procedure done or something medically done to you, do you think isn't that a little bit like invading your privacy? It's kind of like asking, like, well, how much money do you make? In a sense,
the last year plus, they have been taking away our rights incrementally because of this pandemic. This is just another thing they're going to take from us. But a lot of people in society think that this is a necessary thing, I guess, to feel safe and to open back up. So I get that.
Well, before this, did people say, well, hey, did you get the flu shot? Did you get the chickenpox shot? Did you get your Hep V shot or whatever they call it for the herpes?
For me, all of those things are requirements for me to go into facilities. To get credentialed into hospitals, I have to either show antibodies by blood titer or a documented shot or immunization.
Okay, so understandable that's for your work, but what about in just conversation with people?
So this is just going to be another thing. So for me, most facilities, and even the ones in California, I could sign a waiver and say, I decline this immunization for whatever reason. But there were a couple of facilities where you could not decline. They just would not let you in their building to work. The flu shot was a big one.
So Jackie has a point where she says that I think people are just curious whether or not they think it's safer to hang out around you.
Mhm.
But let's take a look at that. I always think about like, okay, so if you got the vaccine, then you're safe. You're good, right? You're not going to catch it. You don't have to worry about anything.
Oh, you can
That's
still catch it.
right. Well, no, but that's what they're pushing. Like
No.
the whole pandemic is going to be over because everybody's going to get the vaccine and everybody's going to be safe.
So I had dinner with a good friend of mine. He's a physician here in Hawaii, and he laid it out really well for me. He explained it like this. He's like, you know, you get the immunization, and it creates these, you know, it actually has to do with the spike proteins that attach to your cells. So what they do is they inject it into your cells, and then you reproduce all these spike proteins, and it provides you immunization from that. But you can still get sick. So if you come in contact with someone with COVID, you can still get sick, but it won't reproduce. Your body, it won't get into your cells and reproduce. So instead of having like a million viral load, for example, you may have a few thousand. So even though you're sick and you can still pass it on, you're less likely to pass it on because you have less virus in you, and you shouldn't have as profound symptoms from the illness.
Now, I don't think a lot of people realize that they can still get
Yeah,
sick.
yeah, you can still get sick, and more importantly, you can still pass it on, but you're a lot less likely to do that. And I'm not sure if
That's
that's to do with
see,
all.
that's what I mean. So
Yeah,
that's like a
so
fallacy. People are thinking like, "Oh, I'm all free. I'm ready to go. I can go do whatever I need to do, and we can all like go into concerts and go to Disneyland and go to, packed churches."
mhm.
So what? It's kind of like I said, it's kind of a false safety net for people.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, swag doctor, that's right. So the point of the vaccine, it's misunderstood, I guess, in just in general, and I don't think the media is doing a good job of educating the public, because you can still get sick, obviously, but you shouldn't get sick enough to have to be hospitalized. So that's what he was saying, and that I think is true to most of the rDNA ones anyway.
So Girl Chris
But
says, I'm not injecting experimental toxic poison for a 99% survival rate.
so so those of you that know me, we've been getting to know each other here on Periscope over the last year. Know the field that I work in, and a big part of what I do and what we do as an industry is we produce new ways of addressing different diseases, and a big part of that is getting approval from the FDA. And those of you that haven't had the privilege of having to go through something like that, it's a rigorous and very expensive process that takes a lot of time, which as it should, because without the right studies, the right types of studies, we don't know how much harm, if any, we're doing to people.
Mm-hmm.
And just so you guys know, there's none of the vaccines are FDA approved. They were approved in an emergency, I guess, on an emergency basis. So they're still doing trials on them. So there's that. So I totally get when people say that they don't trust it, and I don't blame them, because it's a really scary process to have to go through that. So right now, if you think about it, there's hundreds of thousands of people that are now part of this study to see if this thing is safe.
I'm thinking it's millions, not hundreds of thousands.
Well, I'm being a little, cautious with my numbers, but yeah, it's probably in the millions by now.
Let me ask. Hold on one second. Let's see what Siri says. How many people have been vaccinated with the COVID-19 vaccine?
I found this on the web.
Okay, hold on. Let's go. How come I'm clicking on my thing and it's not telling me? Open the page. Open. Does anybody want to take a guess? Ourworldindata.org.
Has to be at least a few million in America alone.
Oh my god, the print is so freaking small. Yeah, let's see. We use cookies. I agree. Okay.
10 million, Paul says.
Hold on. This is not helpful. I'm like trying to
61 million you got it so far. Holy cow.
What?
Elena said 61. Alexa said 61 million got it so far.
Well, there you go.
Over 100 million. Dude, Biden is not good with numbers.
Poor thing.
Yeah, he gets
Poor
things.
guy. BJ is here. Hi, BJ. The vaccines I feel were released too soon. Guinea pigs, whoever gets it. Paul says 10 million. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, so I don't know. It's just my personal thing, you guys. I don't know. It's just like I feel it's just a lot. It's kind of personal information that when you're asking things like that, but you can ask, I guess, and if somebody's gonna tell you, they'll tell you. But then, what do you say when it's not what you expect or not what you want to hear? Do you throw the scarlet letter at them and go, "Oh, I never want to talk to you again. You're XYZ."
So David, you see what David says? Yeah, so that just points out how politicized this whole thing is, the COVID in general. It's just the media has just terrified the public, and it's debatable whether or not that was necessary, but now we're at a point where it pits people, Americans, neighbor against neighbor.
Yeah. Jackie says the New York Times says 96 million people have received at least one dose.
That's crazy.
But I think that Joe and Kamala actually got it, didn't they show it on
Joe got it after he was elected. Wasn't it after he was elected, or was it before? I think
it was after. Elena says Biden has dementia. How can he be our president?
Dude, I'm scared for him. I don't think he'll last. I mean, not being hyperbolic or anything, but I'd be surprised if he lasts 4 years. He just does not look well at all.
Yeah, I feel bad. Paul says I travel a lot for work, so I know I'll need it. It'll be a requirement sooner or later.
Yeah. So
well, Paul.
Yeah.
David here has passports for sale.
Dude, I do not begrudge people either way, if they do or if they don't. I don't hang out with anybody, to be honest. I really don't. I mean, I go.
He really doesn't.
I don't.
So the thing is, you guys, I think that you have to do what's right for you and your family, and that's a personal choice. But I also think that it's best if you don't judge people for what they do, what's best for their family, because it's a very personal and it's a difficult decision.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, just that this was just hyper. I mean, just the media. I blame the media. The media, just in general, pits American against American. I think they're not doing our country a justice at all. It's just whatever sells, right? Whatever gets eyeballs, whatever gets clicks, whatever gets likes.
Yes, it's so bad.
It's just about clickbait. And
so are you saying that it's driven by money or power or both?
Well, a lot of people, this is my opinion, a lot of people view like the big networks, right, in media as American companies. And some of them may have started as American companies, but the world's a lot smaller than it used to be. And these are truly global countries with global interests. They don't have America's best, in mind when they're making business decisions. So that you have to know that going into it. So you can't. To me, you can't trust everything that you see on TV.
Yeah, everybody should. Always. I even tell my kids this. Always question everything. It doesn't matter if your teacher's saying. It doesn't matter if the president's saying. Always question things. Don't just take everything as it's given to you because not everybody knows everything. Um, Girl
Pretty
Chris says
shocking.
commies, New World Order, follow the money. For sure.
Yeah,
I love Girl
dude.
Chris. Okay, Lena's out of here. She says later, y'all.
Elena, good night. We'll see you later.
Paul says I did get the urge to like Bill Gates and invest in Microsoft stock after getting my Moderna shot.
Yeah, David. David makes an interesting statement there. He says, while everybody's distracted by COVID, the nation is being transformed into something we don't want. I find myself agreeing with that, but I think a big part of our, our community wants that. And, maybe not what I want, but if they are, the numbers and they can push things through, maybe I'm not the one that's right.
Blueberry said something and he got kind of censored by the HAPS little censorship, basic censorship, because there was the F word, but he was saying F CNN and Fox News.
Yeah,
So you got both
of them.
sides of the spectrum, right?
Yeah, you cannot trust everybody. Trust me, they are in the business of making money. They're in the business of making money. And
Build Back Better isn't.
Build Back Better.
Yeah, I'm
Dude,
online.
every time I see Biden, like they wheel him out there, it's just like
160.
It's like what happened to our country that they would vote for something like that.
Well, you know what it is? It's that when people have hatred towards somebody else, they'll do whatever it takes. It doesn't matter if you're voting for a pet rock or a French bulldog or whatever it is. They just want that other person that they do not like out for whatever reason it is. If they don't agree with them, they don't like their personality, whatever it is, right?
Yeah, the options were limited, Paul. I get it. So some people may look at it as the lesser of two evils, but you cannot now, and I get that, and I understand why people would, vote for somebody based on that. But now, looking at what we have in office, I mean, how can people say he's doing great? It's scary, man. We're not respected in the world, and a lot of people would disagree with me on that. But our enemies don't fear us anymore.
Yeah, I was reading that. Well, I don't know if I could trust what I'm reading, but that Iran was just really
look what
not
China
saying nice things about us.
China just came out and flat out told him to go screw himself.
Jeez. Chris says she's with you, George.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, I'm not trying to sway anybody's opinion, and I'm not here to make anybody upset. But I'm just being honest with what I see in our country, and it's really, really sad.
Yeah, David says you should never vote against something. You should vote for something or someone. I think Biden even said he'll just be a one-term president. You think? I don't think he can last even that one term, poor thing.
Yeah. There's one thing. I want him to be successful, even though I don't agree with a lot of his policies. But I want the country to succeed, and if he can get us there, then so be it. But
David says China is treating Biden like mud on the bottom of their shoes. Okay, now I have a question though, because I thought that China had him by the, and they wanted him to win so that they can control him. Isn't that, or is that like, I just dreamt that up?
No, I think a lot of people had speculated that they had the goods on him because of his son's dealings over there. But yeah, he's the president now. I mean, he's arguably the most powerful man in the world. So, I mean, really what's China going to do? I mean, I
All
don't.
countries think we are weak now, which we
Yeah.
are because of the illegal puppet thinking he's president.
Yeah. So the thing is that these people don't. You need somebody that's strong, and you know, out there when we're talking to world leaders, you don't. You have to have somebody with their faculties in order. I don't know, man. It's going to be an interesting 4 years.
Well, it's almost 3.5 years, so it's not that long. But I think a lot of things are going to be changing, especially when they
Well,
get rid of Biden, because that's why they made that 25th Amendment, and they're trying to get rid of him because they're saying that he's not physically or not mentally fit.
they tried to take away his authority to launch nukes.
You see what
It's
Sean
crazy.
wrote? He said, honestly, as an outsider looking into the USA, you are not as strong as you used to be.
No, we're not. Yeah, we are still we we still have a lot of weapons. I mean, and we have a very strong military. But I think as far as setting an example for the world, I mean, who are we, in that regard?
David says you're never going to win against China and Russia by being nice.
No.
No, you kind of got to be a little crazy. You got to be a little unpredictable. Kind of like Kim Jong-il. I mean, everyone was like freaking out about this guy because he was just so off his rocker. We kind of need something like that. Somebody that's just like not afraid to like do anything. Oh boy.
Yeah, I didn't for this broadcast to be political, but anytime it's like almost anything that we deal with nowadays, it's politicized. And again, this gets back to our media and our politicians, how everything is a political topic. Everything from our healthcare to our education system,
Yeah, watch out, China, or we'll send an army of gender non-conforming soldiers.
Exactly. We got to make sure we send.
Honestly, since Kennedy, it sort of started to slide the United States. So, girl Chris says, so true. We need a strong president.
Yeah, I get it, Super Pro. I'm sorry, man. And for me personally, I do not begrudge people in their politics at all. I think that, if you're a good person, you can disagree and still be nice to each other. We don't have to agree on everything. I think that's,
well, that's the interesting thing, is to hear other people's perspectives. And, the thing is, a lot of people don't understand is that when you come from an angle of hate, it's really hard to have a discussion with you.
Dude, I do not hate.
Or if somebody's calling you a racist, what do you do?
That's not cool.
What am I supposed to say?
Once you drop that into a conversation or debate, where do you go from there? Really, that's like a nuclear explosion going off, and you have nowhere to go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yes. Sean says, I hear a lot of compliments. The USA health system in the United States isn't as good as Australia. And that's a compliment I hear from Americans who live here.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, when did George finish his ice cream?
Dude, I ate that ice cream up.
No, will you vote for Trump in 2024?
I don't think he's going to run. I don't think he should run. I think that in a lot of people that I see online and stuff, they're just hating on the man. He's gone already. If you're still dwelling on him now, he's not the president anymore. We have a new president in place, and he needs your attention. You gotta pay attention to what's going on, because
Well, hopefully some like really cool people will come up.
yeah, he signed a lot of executive orders. That dude is just signing whatever they put in front of him. Like literally, he's not writing those special orders. He's not even suggesting that they be written.
Superfro said he would vote for me.
I would vote for you too.
Would you?
I would vote for you 10 times.
I don't think I'm crazy enough though. You got like, I think that I am a strong-willed, but I am not whacked out crazy enough and unpredictable. Because I'm always like predictable in the sense that I want good for everybody and that I want to be positive about everybody. And I don't mind confrontation.
Yeah, unlimited donuts for all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ron DeSantis for president. But he is not focusing on the Texas border.
So, see, that's another thing, that it was such a huge deal when Trump was in office and all these things, that the media was down there every day. You had Congress people down there making a big fuss about it. And now things are 10 times as bad, at least. I mean, it's a mess down there.
Yeah, I don't understand it at all. It's
And
just
now
like a
it's
free for all.
Like the media doesn't, there's nothing to see here.
You know what? One of my friends wrote, and I thought it was pretty funny actually. He says that if somebody is going to walk all the way from Honduras up to here, he will help him out because that's a long freaking walk.
They make that trek, and trust me, I think most people get that these people, you know, are making that dangerous trip, and people are sending their children up here.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about that. I mean, you send your most precious, you know, cargo here to make that trek, and they're in the hands of, you know, not such good people.
Mm-hmm. They don't realize it.
Things must be bad for them, right? Things must be really bad for them. So I get it. I mean, I'm not without compassion for people.
So Libby's asking, is this Twitter? Is it Twitter after this or Haps? So Haps actually will push out to Twitter live. So if you're on either, you'll be all good. And George is in Honolulu, Hawaii, and I'm in Los Angeles, California.
Yep, Libby, I saw that. Yeah, we're in the United States. So don't worry, Australian politics are a joke too. But the difference between the USA and Australia is we don't know who the prime minister is here. That's funny. Well, we don't know who the president is here.
The president doesn't know who the president
is. It's. I mean, it's like nothing you can do but laugh. I mean, he's not with it. I mean, look at it's scary to the point where the media. I mean, and everybody's apologizes for him. Everybody apologizes for that dude.
Yeah. Congratulations, David. His team won again.
Oh, cool. So Libby the legend, you might live in Hilo for 2 months, starting in June.
Brooklyn Bread.
Super Pro. Thank you for the high five. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Super Pro. So, Libby, do you know Missy Hano? She's actually in Hilo. Political correctness and politics here. No one cares here. Yeah, Biden is on his last leg. He needs to rest. He should. I mean, come on. There's a point in your life where you just need to go rest and relax and play golf and just take it easy. Why do you have to deal with like world leaders issues and Karens and vaccines?
We're in this boat now, so we got to make the best of it because care about this country, I personally care a hell of a lot about the Constitution. And I feel like the Constitution's just being trampled on. A lot of people are in the mindset or the thought that the Constitution is a living and breathing document. You may have heard that before. And what people mean by that is that, oh, you can kind of bend the rules here and there. But within it, there's ways to amend it, and that's why we have so many amendments to the Constitution. But a lot of people know that it's almost impossible to do what it takes to get there. You have to have a consensus among the states to amend it. So instead of doing that, they write executive orders, or they'll legislate from the bench to kind of change the rules, which is really scary.
Freedom of speech is definitely being abolished. What's your take on that?
And Libby's trying to. Freedom of speech. Our First Amendment is a big one, right? Freedom of the press, freedom of religion, freedom of speech. I think the only one that we truly do have is freedom of the press. Speech is really never been free. We've kind of been told what we cannot say.
Yeah.
For many years, which is understandable. I mean, they always use the analogy: you can't yell fire in a crowded theater or bomb on an airplane, which I get and I understand. But now they are trying to control other things. Like it's crazy. I'm not going to get into that, but yeah, like I said, like the amendments are really important. The Constitution is important to me. I mean, are we a country of laws? Are we a country of borders? I mean, it doesn't seem like it anymore.
Jenny Q is back. Woohoo! She says she's trying to work with somebody to get their videos downloaded. All I have to say is good luck.
Anyway, so for those of you out there that have stuck around and listened to me rant, thank you. And for those of you that may not agree with me, I mean, I'm always up for a discussion. And I think the best thing that we can do as citizens, if you really feel strongly about your position, your politics, or your position on things, is to have conversations with people, try and change people's minds. Not because if we don't talk, I mean, among each other, how are we going to move forward? Right now, we're so separated. And, as they say, as divided we fall. And I think that's where we're headed.
Yep. So Libby's asking, I forgot, Libby is on Periscope. So Libby, go over to Haps when you get a second. And her name is Missy Hano, and she is from Hilo. Because I've been putting it in the comments, but you're not in Haps, so it's not going to push over back to.
Open dialogue is essential, but it seems like people just nuke conversations as soon as you voice an opinion that they don't agree with. It's like you're some kind of ist, right? You're racist, you're sexist, you're homophobic, there's just...
It's always something.
Yeah. It's,
David
anyway.
says it's not that I don't agree with you, it's that I don't agree with the idea of you. That is why, George, because this is how a debate is supposed to be. Yep. Yes, that's correct, Libby. Missy Hano. She's the sweetest.
She was on here a little while ago, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was. Well, she was in my broadcast, I think.
Oh, that's where I saw her.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yep. I'm chickenist. I'm looking at you, Joanne. Okay. Well, I actually have to go. I have to do something at 1:00, and I have to get ready for it. My parents are getting divorced because of politics. I'm so sorry to hear that, Blueberry. What's that, George?
You got less than an hour.
Yeah, I know. So that's why I wanted to split ski. Yes, this is why I like Periscope. I felt it was more open platform than other social media spaces.
It is, yeah.
And Jay wants to know where your sugar cookies are, where his sugar cookies are.
What's up, man? I have chocolate chip cookies and Oreos. And what's
in the freezer?
What are the other cookies we have? The ones we got from Costco?
The chocolate chip cookies. Oh, those Madeleines. That's for the girls.
Well, it's probably.
Hi, Farah.
It'll probably be gone by the time they get back. It's nice to meet you too, Libby. Find us on Haps. Yeah, come by. We have. Hey, Michelle. So we have, I think, in my humble opinion, we have a great core group of people that come and join us in our broadcast, and it's awesome. We have some conversations about nothing more often, and I think, we never get nasty people. We rarely get nasty people in here, but
Well, you're the one that says you want to see the trolls.
dude, trolls are one thing, right? Trolls are funny.
Okay, Vince is trolling you right now. He says he would love to grab some Kyoki-sized banana.
Is that what trolling is?
Yes.
Vince, don't tease me. I'm gonna be in LA next month.
Go, Chris says we know George has plenty of ice cream.
Dude, you guys don't even know. My freezer is probably half ice cream.
George is using deceptive cookie practices. Okay, y'all, we are going to be out. So just remember, after this, we're going to be over on Haps, haps.tv / it's in the title. Just look in the title somewhere. You'll find it, okay?
Why is David saying, David, you know you don't mean that? He texts me at least twice a day asking me about that.
I'm going to hang up now.
What?
Oh my God. Yes, George's place when he goes to LA.
Everyone Jordan's place when he goes to LA.
Peace out.
You guys
Periscope
are welcome.
family, thank you for the past year. We really, really adore you, and we want to continue all of our community building and hanging out over on Haps. Okay.
I got 4 beds here in this house. You guys are welcome. Crash wherever.
Wave goodbye, George. Wave goodbye.
Bye. Bye, guys.